children lessons about?
Gaining trust. Gaining trust in horses, gaining trust in themselves. I am all the time amazed that I meet so many children who are really afraid of horses. And how come? They hardly have any experience with horses. And what I see very many times is that the stories of parents or people or grandmothers or grandfathers, oh, don't go behind the horse, be careful, oh, that, without explaining why, without giving the kids any understanding of what is going on. What they do is project their own fear on the children. So how to get rid of that? Well, that's the main goal. Because if they gain trust, if they start to lose fear, they start to play. And that's what horses like. And from that, it's much more easy for them to learn. Because if they are afraid, they are not learning. If they are afraid, you can't teach. So it starts with only gaining trust, so that they can go between the horses and that they see that there's no reason to be afraid. And if the horses get a bit pushy, that they know how to handle that, how to tell the horse, stay there. I'm here, stay out of my space because I don't want to have you there. And that's quite a long process. That's the same growing process as the physical growing they do. And what is interesting is that with the grown-ups, in fact, it's exactly the same. They have to gain trust. They have to gain trust in themselves. They have to get to know that they are very strong. And then I'm not talking about physical strength, because we never are as strong as a horse. But mentally, we can be way stronger than the horse. And if we are able to trust ourselves, then we can control ourselves. And with that, we can be an example for the horse, and we can be someone who can lead the horse. The horse sees, this is a reliable person, just because of the body language. Because the body language is directed by how we feel. And if we are afraid, then the body language will show that. And then the horse will say, doesn't feel good in here, I would like to go now. But if you are not afraid, if you are trustful, then you can be reliable. And then the horse can make the decision, I want to stay. So with kids, we do it in a rather playful manner. Just giving an example, go in there with 8 kids going between the horses, shovel shit in there, and nothing goes wrong. And after a while they see that nothing goes wrong, and then they start to know, okay, we survive, it's even fun. So it starts with that. And if this trust is growing, then slowly but surely we do more than only shit shoveling and only grooming, because it starts with that. Next to the taking care of the horses, the grooming and feeding them. But we play with horses. We teach them how to lead a horse in the horse's way. And slowly but surely we see then that the kids start to enjoy it more and more. Because I think that's the most important part. Body language. If we enjoy it, everyone can see it. The horses, they see it, and from that they get the feeling, okay, this is nice, I want to be here too. So in fact, what we do with the kids' lessons, the goal or the dream is exactly the same as the lessons for the grown-ups. Gaining trust. Have the guts to try things out. Have the guts to do it wrong. Learn from it and do something else. Make a new mistake and learn from that one too. Yeah. Go through life all the time playing with it. That's the goal. No, that's the dream.
Can you tell something about the Paardenmaat? What kind of place is this?
I think it's a really peaceful place because all the horses that are here are very, well, yeah, down to earth, and there are people that come here for not only for riding but also for taking care of the horses and being together with the horses and in a group, and they're all like, well, we're all pretty much good friends of each other and we have a lot of fun. And with the riding lessons you also learn a lot about the horses themselves because they can't speak our language, so we have to, well, try to communicate with them in their own language because they can't speak out any words, so we have to try to communicate with the body language that they use. And I think that's a really important thing to do because you also learn that your appearance is a really important thing when you're communicating with someone, not only with horses. And I think it's a really great thing that we learn this here because, well, it really gets you relaxed and you can really think about things, and I really like it here because, well, I don't know, I think that the horses also like it better to be riding with people that are not just kicking them and wanting to go everywhere. We are really quiet and peaceful in the lessons, and I think that's a really important thing to do. And, well, yeah, I love it here. I really wouldn't go anywhere else. And there are a lot of people here that came from other, well, stalls, and they were like, oh, it's terrible there, I love it here so much better. And, well, yeah, I think that kind of says it.
What is the best thing about the Paardenmaat?
I don't know, I think the fact that Piet, our teacher, is so good with the horses. He actually understands them and he tries to explain to us, oh no, he's not angry at you, he just doesn't understand what you're trying to say to him. Maybe you should try this way. He never gets angry. Not on you, not on the horses. He can get a little agitated because sometimes we're just really annoying. But then he's always like explaining things, and not only to us but to the horses. He's a really kind person, and I think that, well, he taught me a lot, and, well, yeah, it's just great here to be here and with the people and the horses.
Anything else you want to say?
I don't know, I think there should be more stalls like this, more places like this for horses and for children to learn stuff. I think that's a really important thing because this is a unique way of riding and it doesn't really exist a lot. So I think that there should be more places like this because I think that people will actually understand more about, well, the horses and, yeah, their way of communicating. And I think that would be a pretty cool thing if there were more stalls like this.
What is happening now behind your back?
Well, the horses know their places where they have to go to get their food. So we just open the gates for the fence and they get to their own stall so they can have some dinner. Or, well, yeah, I call it dinner because it's 6 o'clock. And then we open the stalls again and they go back to the outside because he doesn't like to hold them all inside because that's not good for horses. They have to be outside. They're used to that. That's their natural way of living.
What did she think about riding today?
Wat vond je van het rijden vandaag?
Leuk.
Nice.
What did you do today?
Wat heb je gedaan vandaag?
Op het paard rondgereden en de molen op het paard gedaan.
Just riding in circles and she did the mill. to turn around on the back of the horse while she was riding.
En van het paard afspringen.
And jumping down from the horse. Van Isabel ook?
Ja.
Van die grote, hè?
Ja.
Echt?
Ja.
From the big one as well. En de molen was zeker als je stil stond, hè?
Ook.
Okay, the mill
Maar
was...
ook rijdend.
The mill was when she stood still and then when she was riding as well. So the turning around on the back of the horse.
Did she feel safe with the big horses?
Voel je je veilig bij de grote paarden?
Ja.
Yes. En bij de kleine paarden?
Heb ik nog niet achterop gereden.
Ah. She didn't ride on the small ones, so she doesn't know if she feels safe with the small ones.
What does she think about this place?
Wat vind je hiervan, van deze plek?
Leuk.
Nice. Wat vind je leuk?
Het paard.
The riding of the horse she likes very much.
Why do you choose to bring your daughter into this riding school instead of another riding school?
The principal thing is that I don't like it when she comes to the manege and they put her on a horse and they say go on and ride, and the horse is like a machine, and no, that doesn't feel good. And I know my daughter doesn't like that as well. And what she likes is that they get the horses and they groom the horses and they have their time with the horses. They just be on the farm and they are being with the horses on the farm, and they are also riding, but it's a part of the contact with the horse, and that's very important for me and also for her, and I see that she likes it because it's just like playing. Yeah.
What is the best thing in Paardenmaat? What do you like the most?
Wat vind je het leukste op de Paardenmaat?
Met de koets rijden.
What you did today?
Carriage riding.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your best experience here in the Paardenmaat?
Ja, ik weet het wel.
Wat is je beste ervaring? Wat is het leukste? Wat is nou?
Om in galop te durven rijden.
Ja.
Hoe zeg je dat?
To have the confidence to ride in
Gallop.
Gallop, yeah.
Gallop.
That's what I told you earlier.
Yeah.
Getting confidence. Yeah.
Yes. What has she learned about horses here?
Wat heb je geleerd van de paarden? Of over paarden?
Hoe je met ze om kunt gaan.
The interaction, yes.
En zelfvertrouwen te krijgen over het paard. Ja, zelfvertrouwen over het rijden.
Okay, getting confidence riding the horse. En over de paarden, wat wil je met de paarden krijgen? Of geleerd wat ze...
Hun karakters heb ik daarvan wel geleerd van de paarden, zeg maar.
Characters of the horses, that's interesting.
Observing your child here during those 1.5 years, what changes have you noticed in your child?
Most of all, confidence. What we see, as I told you, she's disabled, and what we saw is at the commercial stable with the pressure, she didn't get any space to develop confidence. Constantly going with the flow with the group, who's going much faster than she does. She only gets a mirror and the worst of the group. Here, she's one of the group. We have not 1 minute had the feeling that her disabled leg was a problem. And at the end, not only at the end, we see it in very big steps. The confidence is growing very hard. When I see what she's doing now with the horses, and I take some of the film back 2 years ago, it's huge. So she will stay. I think we don't get her out of here, even if we want to. So yeah. That's good to see.